Hey guys, Adam and Andrew back today with another episode of converting the 3.8 to the 5.0. And this episode we're going to be reattaching some things to the engine. If you'll notice, we now have the long tube headers and also the new rear axle assemblies installed. I made separate videos on those because those aren't directly related to the engine swap. But now I will be continuing the engine swap video series. And a couple of things we did right before this video is we reinstalled the rack and pinion down there, and we reconnected the throttle cable and the clutch cable. The next matter of business we have today is reconnecting the steering shaft, which is down there. We'll be getting to work on that right now. Alright, so now we're hooking up various items inside the engine bay. One of the first things I hooked up to make sure they fit correctly were the fuel lines, and those both fit correctly. And then we're just hooking up some other small connectors in this corner, and we'll be working on that. So one thing in this corner are the two transmission connectors. The end connector looks like this, and it connects right there. So over on this side, Andrew's connecting a couple of connectors underneath the fuse box, and then he's getting ready to put the freshly painted battery holder back in. Meanwhile, back on this side, I'm getting ready to reconnect the heater hoses, and soon after that I will be reconnecting the main engine wiring harness.
There are some random connectors that we have no idea, like this thing right here. We're thinking it's probably for the AC, which we've ripped out of the car, so hopefully it's not needed.
Yes.
There's also this thing right here, which we think might be with the smog pump, which we took off the car as well.
Also this one, but I'm sure we'll figure it all out. We'll keep you updated. Alright, main computer, engine wiring harness back in, and the heater hoses are properly connected. Meanwhile, the battery holder's still being reconnected.
It's as good as it's gonna get. We broke some things, so now it's a bit loose, but it'll hold the battery just fine.
Quality, that's what I like to hear. Alright, now I'm reconnecting all these spark plug wires. Got all of them done on this side. Moving on to the driver's side for the next four. All the spark plug wires are connected correctly and ran very neatly. We're now going to work on
some of the electrical connectors for the battery and the fuse box. And then there's a chassis ground cable
somewhere down there.
Needs to be connected.
So we'll be working on that now. Alright, underneath the car now I have that ground there reconnected, which just comes off that bolt up there that's on the motor mount. Then in the meantime, while I was down here, I've reconnected both the power steering lines that go to the heater, and we've also run this one back up there. While I've been doing that, Andrew reconnected the power on the fuse box. Hey, making some good progress here tonight. I've got the air intake reconnected. I've got this little tube thingy reconnected to the oil. I don't even know what that's called. Then I've also reconnected the mass airflow sensor, and unfortunately I don't know what any of these things are called, but that's reconnected. Around to this side, we've got a couple things to connect to the brake booster. We've got two of these, one off the old car, and we're going to pop that off real quick and pop the new hose on. Alright, battery's in place, and underneath the car, I'm working on the transmission connectors. I just got those connected. I'll show you what those look like. There's that one right there. And then a little bit further back, yeah, right there's that strange looking circular one. Those just came down on that side, and that wire was connected back up by the main engine wiring harness, if you can remember that part. So that's good to go now. Cleaned up the radiator over here, getting ready to put that in soon. So this is my new oil dipstick. It's a Locar ED5004, and that goes somewhere down there. This aftermarket one is a must if you're running long tube headers, otherwise your stock one will work fine. Don't forget to put that back in. Alright, we've made much progress on many things here. We got the radiator in, we got the overflow in, we have both upper and the lower radiator hose attached, we got the serpentine belt on, and we got the fan connected along with whatever that is, and the CCRM module, which is right there on the coolant overflow. Well, that basically concludes today's episode. We got a lot of things connected under the hood. I want to thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you then.